Welcome, my dear. Welcome back. Mother's Day by J.B. Priestley, Part 1. This is the fifth chapter of Snapshot, and now I'm going to start this chapter for you. Before starting this chapter, I would like to share a bit information about the author. You can see the picture of J.B. Priestley. He was born on 13th September 1894 in England, and he died at the age of 89 in 1984 on 14th August in England only. His profession was writing. He was a writer, and his nationality was of British, and he has written over a long period of 20th century. J.B. Priestley was born at actually Manningham, which is described by him as an extremely respectable suburb of Bradford. His father was a headmaster. His mother died when he was just 2 years old. Priestley was educated at Bellevue Grammar School, which he left at the age of 16 to work as a junior clerk at Ham and Co., a wool firm in the Swan Arcade. During his years at Ham and Co., 1910 to 1914, he started writing at night and had articles published in local and London newspapers. Before starting the summary of the chapter, I would like to share this picture with you. Can you see there's one lady, and she is a multitasker. She is cooking, she is taking care of the baby, she is doing iron, she is washing clothes, she is keeping care of the house, she is grooming, and what not. Means she does everything. Can you guess who is she? Of course, she is the mother. Mother is actually not a single word, but it is telling about the role of that person who is respected, who is loved, but we need to pay more attention to her. Let me start the summary now. This is the quality of the writer, that to this serious matter he has tried to present in a humorous way. This humorous play by J.B. Priestley is set in 1950, when the position of the mother and the housewife was subordinate. She worked for everyone in the family but got no recognition on words of gratitude. Mrs. Pearson is such a housewife and mother. Her neighbor, Mrs. Fitzgerald, is much more assertive and feels Mrs. Pearson should not allow herself to be bullied by her family. She should not pamper the family members and assert herself a lot more. Mrs. Fitzgerald and Mrs. Pearson exchange personalities. Mrs. Fitzgerald is in Mrs. Pearson's body, Mrs. Pearson goes to Mrs. Fitzgerald's house. The first family member to return home is Doris, Mrs. Pearson's daughter. She wants tea and her yellow silk dress ironed. Mrs. Pearson tells her to do these jobs herself. My dear students, you must be trying to compare my words with the matter, the content on the screen. But I am telling you in short, the part which is on the screen is for your help. You can copy down as summary of the chapter. Okay. This is the pic showing how they both exchange their souls and how that magic was done. So we were talking how Mrs. Pearson tells her daughter to do jobs herself. She speaks despairingly of Doris' date with Charlie Spence. Doris is amazed and starts crying. Next, Cyril, Mrs. Pearson's son, comes and gets the same treatment. Then George Pearson, the husband, comes. He is surprised to find her drinking stout and tea not ready. She speaks to him in the same fashion and tells him that his friends at the club laugh at him. By this time, the real Mrs. Pearson is anxious and she comes. After some humorous exchanges, she and Mrs. Fitzgerald get back into their original personalities. Mrs. Fitzgerald leaves advising Mrs. Pearson to remain firm. Mrs. Pearson is able to have her way. George, Doris, and Cyril decide to stay at home. Doris and Cyril agree to cook for the family that evening. So, my dear students, you have understood. Thank you for watching.